morning. It's a university day for me today and quite a full one of my longer ones. I'm only in 2 days this week, 2 days out of the whole week. But I've got lots and lots to do, so I won't be sitting around doing nothing. It was torrentially rainy yesterday all day and all that night before, and my train line was not running. It was underwater in parts, so I was wondering if I was going to make it into uni today, but I've checked on the app and it says it's running. So let's see if it is going to be running. I had a busy day yesterday. I didn't vlog for this channel. I did film a bit for my shopping channel, but I got up and I worked pretty much from 10 AM till 7 PM, and then I cooked dinner. I mean, I say worked, that included nipping to B&M and Iceland and filming a bit. If you want to call that work, call it work. It's kind of a mixture of both, isn't it? I've got to go shopping anyway, but then I'm filming it to put on YouTube. So anyway, I did a lot yesterday. Mostly in my cellar and at my desk. But anyway, today is a new day and I've got gamelan, and then I've got a rehearsal with one person in my group. We're having sectionals, which is when you get together in smaller groups to work on little things together. So the rhythm players hopefully are going to get together and work, and me and the other melody player are going to get together and coordinate what bits we're going to play in these pieces that we're doing. I have an idea. I think it's going to be fine. I think it can work. Oh, and I've just done my little purple envelope. You know, in the last vlog, if you saw the last vlog, I was mentioning that the NHS had sent me a bowel screening kit thingy. So you take a sample basically of a number 2, and I've managed to do it already. I thought it was going to be a lot more fiddly than it was, but you just need to catch a bit basically before it goes down the low. You unscrew this thing and it's like a tiny plastic, it looks like a tiny plastic thick needle, you know, like those plastic needles kids have when they start embroidery and they're safe, you know, it's like, I don't know, it's about that long. And all you do is you just poke it in and get it back out again, because it's got 2 little grooves in the end of the needly thingy, and it catches the tiniest smear really. It just goes in there, so you haven't got to scoop anything. It's not like an ice cream scoop, because in the past I've had to do them for when a family member had E. coli and it was like an ice cream scoop. It's nothing like that. It's much simpler. It was done in a flash. Didn't have to touch anything yucky. It was just like in and out in the envelope, so that can go off today. So that is done. That's to screen for bowel cancer, and there's something I want to tell you about that. I made a little note in my phone last night in my Notion, because I thought there's just a couple of key points that you might find interesting about the bowel testing kit if you're approaching 50 years old and you might wonder what you've got to expect. Well, taking part is optional. Nobody's forced to do it. I highly recommend you do, because if you miss bowel cancer, that's going to be terrible, and it's just so quick and easy to do. It took seconds. People in the eligible age range are invited to take part every 2 years. It might miss some cancers and is not 100% accurate. After receiving the test kit, after they've received it, they will post the results within 7 days. If they find blood in the sample, you'll be referred for an assessment with a screening nurse. The results of this one, they don't tell you if you have cancer. They just might tell you that you need further tests. So it's not conclusive. If you get called in for further tests, you haven't been diagnosed, it just thinks you might be at risk, that's all. Anyway, right, I'm gonna get on now because I've got to get out in an hour, including having a shower. So I'm gonna go and make coffee and I'll speak to you on the train. I think it's just been raining and it's just thinned out now. Anyway, I'm about to post my thing. And it goes. Oh, my hand's full. Oh, this is awkward. Right, it's done. I've been on the train for a while. I've been editing vlogs. I'm working on my shopping vlog for Friday at the moment. I'm stopping for food. I'm starving. I'm having very tasty sandwiches today. It's rocket and hummus in there, and it's absolutely lush. And I got some salad. It's something I've just been editing my footage of me buying it. It's a sweet and crunchy one. It was reduced to clear actually. And I've been enjoying taking sips out of my new Stanley coffee cup. Thank you again to Theo for buying that for me. What I love about these collapsible lunch boxes is when you've eaten a bit, you can kind of compress it down a bit, and so it takes up less room in your bag. So already, even before I got to uni, my bag is less bulky, slightly. Ooh, just jumped up quick to film that river. Whoa! After all the rain, it's been absolutely torrential. There has been flooding, I think. Well, on our train line there was anyway. I don't know about where else. There was a lot of, you know, flooding risk alerts. Good grief, the sun is out. I can't believe it after all that rain. What lovely respite. Do you know what I've done? I was looking in my bag and I thought, did I put my milk powder in? No, I flipping didn't. But I've got 22 minutes before my lecture starts, so I'm going to run to Lidl because I want to just get up to a top-up food because I haven't quite got enough. And I'm going to get a pint of milk or something like that and put it in the fridge. That'll do. That sunlight is so healing right now. I just want 1 pint. Do they do 1 pint? Yes, they do. For 85 pence. That'll be a bit cheaper than going to Costa then. I decided to go to the food to go bit, not the bakery, for my other bit of sandwich or whatever I have. I hope it's not a sandwich. And let's see what they got. I don't want more sandwiches. I've already got 2 sandwiches for today. Where's the fish on the floor? Ooh, I'm following a big pallet. Right, something not sandwichy, hopefully. They've got prawn layered salad. I could have that. It's not my favourite, but it would do. Sweet potatoes. I wish I liked sweet potato. So many vegetarian options of sweet potato. I will go for it. It's cheap and it'll fill the hole. Oof, there's a massive queue, but a lot of tills, so hopefully it goes down quickly. Well, mind you, I'm going to go with a human. There's only 2 people on this one. I've just realised I've forgotten my squash bottle as well. So, handily enough, they got some fizzy water here. I love that. There we are. Got the good stuff. And you know, it amazes me that nobody was just going to the normal queue with the human server. That it was absolutely chock-a-block at self-serve. But I suppose it's just become habit for people now, isn't it? I've just been putting my prawn salad and milk in the fridge. And the corridor is particularly piano-y today. I thought I'd do a little walk through. Hello. Right, I've got 5 minutes, so I'm just gonna sit and drink my coffee. What's left of it anyway. I've got a feeling that person I just said hello to is doing the lecture. He's walking past with a laptop open in his hand, looking hurried. Come on then, Stanley, where are you? Here he is. There's a little bit left. It was actually later than I realised. It took about 2 swigs and I was like, oh, it starts in 4 minutes, better get in then. This is miles away from the actual door. For some reason it's the same upstairs as well, it's identical layout. Well, that bit is anyway. Oh, a nice bit of flute. I think that might be my friend. Anyway, I'm going to go in here now. Gamelan is done. I haven't got any next week because it's reading week next week, so I haven't got any for 2 weeks. I'm going to go and eat my prawn salad now. There it is, still there. I had every faith it would be. Right, I'm going to go and have a munch. I had my lunch. I chatted to a couple of other people, and I'm trying the hot Java lava coffee. I need to just not quite fill this up so much because it ends up being a bit weak, you know, because it's over diluted. Oh dear, what? Just don't even ask me what I'm doing with this kettle right now. Got it. Okay, and I got my milk in the fridge as well, haven't I? Excellent. I want to write my name on it in case it gets mixed up with somebody else's, but I suppose the date is the main thing, 2nd of March. I'm not succeeding at all to get any flute warm-up done today, at all, and I've got contemporary music group after this 1 hour rehearsal now, and I'm going to likely be terrible at it. And I wanted to go through it last minute as well, remind myself how everything went. I was looking for a marker pen, I haven't got one. I found one. I told you the other day I had 2 pencil cases in my bag. This is the other pencil case. Okay, I found a practice room and it's empty. It's got a baby grand piano in it. I'm going to do a very quick blast through of some scales and quickly run the ensemble piece I've got to do later with the group. I'm done for another day. I tell you what, it's enough difficult to film enough content on uni days. Blimey. Anyway, I'm not technically in for 2 more days, but I think I'm going to try and schedule a couple of rehearsals for day after tomorrow, actually, because we need to. So I think I'm just going to make the trip in. I actually want to get a drink for a long commute home. There's actually a dribble of coffee left in there that I've had on the go for a couple of hours. It's still warm though. It's doing its job. I'm going to pop in Greggs and grab a can of pop, actually, or a bottle, whatever they got, because it's going to be quicker than going to a corner shop, which is further away. Right, it might be a bit more pricey. About $1.20. Oh, blimey. That pains me, that does. I'm getting it anyway. Oh, just that, thanks. Good. That was very quickly achieved because there was no queue. Right, I'm going to go and wait for my train home now. That stick looks like a letter Y. I'm waiting for the train. I always wander up and down the platform. I'm right at the end. There's a very cute pigeon just as my train's come in. Oh, hello. He's been pecking away at the berries. Right, gotta go. It's that time of day when trains are crowded, and I'm probably going to be standing up for a while. Let's see. Oh, thank you. My sandwich is squished. Oh, there's a pine nut. I forgot about the pine nuts. Enormous. Well, I'm back in. What on earth might I just... Oh, it's because I've had a hat and a hood up. Basically, my hair is doing strange things. It rained the minute I got off the train. It had stopped. I think I look like a water buffalo now. Is that what they look like? They've sort of got a middle parting and this big bit that comes off. Just... It's doing what it's doing. Anyway, yes, I've just got in. I need to write a biography of myself in 200 words and send it off to somebody. I also need to do another one for somebody else as well. So that's a bit of homework for me. I'm a bit tired. I did eat a sandwich on the train, so I've tidied myself over until a late dinner, which I am going to cook. So I suppose I can vlog that, can't I? I was a bit worried about lack of content for today. As I was saying, it's quite awkward to film enough for a full vlog because it's not appropriate to film in lectures and it's not appropriate to film in rehearsals and just put the camera on people, you know. So I end up just telling you what I've done in my breaks. But anyway, I'm pushing through. I haven't missed an upload yet. So yeah, I'm gonna go up, set my laptop up, do that first before thinking about dinner. I'm not desperate for food. She's not desperate for food. She's been doing a bit more work training today. Yeah, she's enjoying it, I do believe. Izzy does not like to cook. Do you know when my daughter was young, she loved cooking. She wanted to participate in it at any given moment. She especially loved cooking with her granny. She did baking, mainly sweet things, I think. Well, I don't know if it was, but she preferred to do cakes and cookies, and she still does bake those things, but she doesn't like cooking savoury things. And I think it's because she waits till she's really hungry before she starts thinking about cooking. By that point, she just wants something now. She doesn't want to stop and think and intellectualise about what ingredients to put in and things like that, and she certainly doesn't want to wait any length of time. So I think it's a personal organisational thing rather than, I don't know, just not liking cooking. I think if she started it before she got starving hungry, she'd probably enjoy it. I think one of these days something will just click and she's going to find the love of cooking, but she hasn't got there yet. So I'm doing all the cooking pretty much. She feeds herself when I'm not here, but it tends to be oveny things like oven chips and fish fingers and frozen peas and things like that, you know, rather than the sorts of things that I cook. Anyway, don't know how I got onto that topic. I'm not worried about it. I'm a bit surprised, honestly. It's because she, you know, I taught her to cook. Anyway, right, get to my desk. Oh my goodness, I just had to send somebody a professional looking headshot of me with my flute and I didn't have one, right? So I just put this dress on that I've got, went in the kitchen, set up my vlogging lights and literally hit record on the camera and just grabbed still frames until I found one which I thought looked acceptable, and then I just used Photoshop, and there's like, you can generate a background with AI, and so I just did the prompt professional flautist or professional classical concert flautist, something like that, and it came up with that. I was like, yeah, that'll do. That's laughing my head off. It was hilarious. It took me like about 120 seconds. I've had a load of messages, emails just pinging back and forth, been sorting out rehearsals for different bands, some to do with uni, some not to do with uni. I've had text messages going back and forth about headshots and bios, one's for a festival, one's for uni. Bio as in biography, sorry about the lighting, I'm just being very not minding too much about it at this very second. I'm trying it out, see what it looks like, see how my auto exposure will cope with it. Isabel very kindly hung my laundry out for me today. There it all is. My Cookie Monster pyjamas are on there. Woohoo! I'm going to cook dinner now. I've got salmon, fresh pasta, some cream left, and probably some veg. So I'm going to make a meal out of those things now. In true Imo cooking style, I started and made it up as I've gone along. So I'm cooking some salmon, just pan frying them until they're, I don't know, edible. I'm boiling up some fresh pasta on the stove. I've grated some cheese. I've got some black pepper at the ready. Is that in focus? No, it is. And some nutritional yeast flakes. I've got lots of B vitamins in, including B12. I eat a lot of this. I put it in cheesy things usually, but I like it in mushroom soup as well. I decided to go with salad in the end because I had a load of reduced to clear stuff and it's still nice and crunchy and good, so now's the time to eat it. And I've just made a dressing of olive oil and salt. Sea salt, in fact. This stuff. And I'm going to put in cream. There's not loads of cream in there. I have got some in the freezer. Let's see how far that goes. I don't want to open the freezer one because it's a whole half a tub's worth of this, you know. Here's my pasta. So I served the fish up onto the plate and then I used the oil to sort of fry the cooked pasta in with the cream and the grated cheese and the yeast flakes as well. I've just had a taste. It's very tasty. Oh, and lots and lots of black pepper. Okay, I think the portion sizes might be a bit on the big side. Mind you, that's just salad. Or maybe not then. Now the plates are small. But anyway, thank you so much for watching today's video. Please give it a like if you happen to like it. If you'd like to help me to grow my channel, subscribe to watch more videos from me and make sure to hit the notification bell and all on the drop down menu to get a notification every time I upload. And I'll put some playlists on the end screen in case you'd like to watch some more videos from me right now.